everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel named CyberSecurity Articles. My name is Sunil Kumar and I'm a cybersecurity professional. Well, today's article 11 is about browser cookies and cache files which pose risk to the user privacy and security. However, both serve important functions in the browsing experience but comes with different risks. So please stay tuned and keep watching this video till the end. As we all know that browser cookies and cache files both serve important functions in the browsing experience and used by web browsers to store information about users' interactions with websites. However, both serve different functions, but the fact is both comes with the different risks. If I talk about cookies are small text files that website stores on a user's computer to remember their preferences and track their activities. Cookies can be useful because they allow websites to remember a user login information, shopping cart contents, and browsing history. It is also being used for targeted advertising and user tracking. But the fact is, cookies pose privacy risks because it can be used to track users' online activities across multiple websites. Some cookies may also contain sensitive information such as login credentials or personal information which could be accessed by unauthorized parties if the cookies are not properly secured. As we just discussed about cookies, now we will be discussing cache files, which are used by web browsers to store copies of web pages and media files, such as images and videos. And this allows the browser to load web pages faster because it retrieves the files from the cache memory instead of downloading them again from the internet. There is no doubt that cache file improves the browsing speed, but the other fact is it takes up a significant amount of storage space on a user's device. And the other area of concern is that if a website updates its content, the browser may still load the old content from the cache, which could lead to errors or security vulnerabilities. Now let's discuss some of the potential risks associated with cookies. The first risk associated with cookies is tracking. Cookies can be used to track a user's online activities across multiple websites, creating a profile of their interest and behavior. And by this, information can be used for targeted advertising, which may feel offensive to some users. The second risk with cookies is security vulnerabilities. Cookies can be intercepted or stolen by malicious actors who can then use the information contained in the cookie to impersonate the user or perform other malicious actions. The third risk of cookies is information leakage. Some cookies may contain sensitive information such as login credentials or personal information. And if the cookies are not properly secured, it could be accessed by unauthorized parties. The fourth risk of cookies is browser compatibility issues. Some websites may use cookies that are not compatible with certain browsers, leading to errors or other issues when trying to access the website. The fifth risk of cookies is performance issues. If a website relies too heavily on the cookies, it could slow down the performance of website and the user's device. These are some common risks associated with cookies. Now let's discuss some of the potential risks associated with cache files. The first risk associated with cache file is outdated content. If a website updates its content, the browser may still load the old content from the cache files, which could lead to errors or security vulnerabilities. This could be problematic if the updated content contains important information or security patches. The second risk of cache file is storage space. Cache file can take up a significant amount of storage space on a user's device, particularly if they visit a lot of websites or view a lot of media files, which slows down the device and reduces its overall performance. The third risk of cache file is privacy risks. As like cookies, cache files could also be used to track users' online activity, particularly if the cache contains images or other media files that are unique to the users. And this could be problematic if the user shares the device with other people. The fourth risk of cache file is security vulnerabilities. Cache file can also be used to exploit security vulnerabilities in users' browsers or operating system. For example, a malicious website could use a cache file to inject code or malware onto the user's device. These are the common risks associated with cache files, but both cookies and cache files serve important functions in a browsing experience. Hence, users should be aware of these risks and should take necessary measures to manage device cookies and cache settings to protect their privacy and security. Now let's discuss some of the measures that could be taken by users to reduce these risks associated with cookies and cache files. The first measure is clean your cookies and cache regularly. Cleaning your cookies and cache regularly can help reduce the amount of data stored on your device, reducing the risk of being accessed by unauthorized parties. And the second measure is use browser extensions to manage cookies. There are browser extensions like Cookies Auto Delete or Privacy Badge that can help you manage cookies and automatically delete cookies after a certain period of time. The third measure is use private browsing mode. Private browsing mode is a feature available in most of the web browsers that doesn't store any cookies or cache files. The private browsing mode is really a good option if you do not want your browsing history to be saved. The fourth measure is use virtual private network, that we call it as VPN. VPN can encrypt your internet traffic and hide your IP address, which can make it harder for hackers to access your cookies and cache files. The fifth measure is use anti-malware software. Anti-malware software can help protect your computer from malicious software that collects your cookies and cache files without your knowledge. The sixth measure is be cautious of the websites you visit. Avoid visiting untrustworthy websites that may collect your data without your consent. The seventh measure is adjust your browser settings. You can adjust your browser settings to limit the amount of data that can be stored on your device, such as disabling third-party cookies or limiting cache storage. By taking these measures, user can reduce the risk associated with cookies and cache files to protect their online identity and data. Protecting yourself from cookies and cache file incident is ultimately the responsibility of the user. While web browsers and operating system may provide some built-in features to help manage cookies and cache files, it is important for user to be aware of the risk and take proactive measures to protect their online privacy and security. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.